What's up, y'all? I'm Naz, this is Nasty Pickleball, and today we're doing a review of the Selkirk Boomstick. So if you haven't already checked out my first video, you should go do that. That video, I went over more of the numbers of the paddle, but this video is going to be on how I actually feel about the paddle. Now that I've been playing with it for, I'd say about a month now, I definitely have a whole different perspective than I did originally. And we're gonna go over some thoughts. First off, I had to say something that I originally didn't take into consideration about this paddle was the insane amount of spin. The face is definitely beyond the grittiest I have tested in any other paddle. And with that, you're able to get so much topspin, that's baffling to me. I'm able to really rip my drives and they're going in, as well as my slice. Like, I can get so much slice on a ball. I feel bad for slicing on a beginner because they can't get it back. Like, if that gives you any idea of how much spin I'm able to get on the ball. This paddle definitely is on the top tier of any other power paddle, whether that be the Quanta, Loco, some of the flick paddles I've tested, or even the Selkirk Era, which is something very comparable to this. That's actually the previous paddle in the lineup. But the Selkirk Boomstick definitely excels in so many ways. It is all around just a better paddle. Now, I will say the Boomstick is definitely very comparable to the Rhombus Quanta, but it does edge out in pretty much all aspects besides, I say, control. Now, I would get more in depth about it in the actual differences in feel, pop, and power. That's gonna be in the next video that I'm gonna do, but just for this video, I'm gonna do my in-depth review of the Boomstick. If you're interested in seeing a comparison of both paddles, make sure you check out the next video I'm gonna post, and I will link it down below. Now, bottom line, would I recommend this paddle to a person? No. And I'll get more in depth about that in a second. But firstly, this paddle has so much power, the actual controllability of it is hard. It is something that you definitely have to get used to, as it is nothing like any other paddle I've tried. And that goes the same for pop as well. If you're going, what I'm getting used to right now is my inside out dinks. They just have so much pop on them. They're flying out. And like, I'm a very seasoned player. I know how to play pickleball. I can play pickleball well, but when I say this paddle is hard to control, especially when you're going for precise dinks, I mean it. It is very hard to control. But for certain people, this is definitely going to be your paddle. Let me expand on that. This paddle has so much pop. It is hard to control, but it requires a lot less, whether that be with your ground strokes or your overheads, even your drops. For my drops, I'm putting the paddle out in front of the ball, I'm barely tapping it, and it's going where I want it to. So I will say, if you are able to control this paddle, this is your paddle. This is gonna be beyond any other paddle on the market right now. Now, I will say some are very comparable, but they don't quite match up to the Boomstick. And it's definitely a very different paddle, and that makes it very fun to play as well. Rounding back. Now, would I recommend this paddle to a person? Absolutely not. It's $333. It is very expensive, and it is not for someone who, if you're going out and you're playing daily rack play or something like that, I wouldn't go for this paddle unless you have the money for it and you really just want the best of the best. But I would recommend this paddle to more of a seasoned player, maybe somebody who's competing, doing a lot of tournaments. If you're taking pickleball very seriously, then this is the paddle for you. All right, here's a big one. Is this paddle legal? Yes, this is legal. It is legal for USAP events and amateur PPA events. Unless you're playing in the PPA, I believe, you cannot use it, and they do offer a MOI free option. You can special request it to get it without the MOI weights. Bottom line is, you can use this in tournaments, you can use it in the amateur PPA, and you can use it in USAP events. You are going to be fine with this paddle, and it is 100% legal. Now, addressing some issues. This paddle has had some previous quality control issues, whether that be the edge guard or things coming loose in this paddle, and I have seen that personally. It's definitely not the prettiest, and as far as how the paddle plays, I didn't see a difference, but if you do get a Selkirk paddle in the mail and it does have any of those quality control issues, Selkirk states on their website that you can simply send it back and they will send you a brand new one. All right, here are my final thoughts. And who's this paddle for? This is a very power-oriented paddle, no doubt. It definitely edges out the market when it comes to quality and performance. This has top-of-the-line power and top-of-the-line spin and all-around good characteristics. This is a very high-end paddle, and will I say, very expensive paddle. It is known for being probably one of the most expensive paddles out in the market. This is $333, but if you are willing to spend that much, you are going to get a very high-end paddle, and you are going to have the edge when it comes to your opponents. Now, this is a completely unsponsored video, and I am not an affiliate with Selkirk. So if you are interested in buying this paddle, or maybe you found this video helpful, please drop a comment down below and make sure to subscribe. All right, with that being said, y'all, peace and love. Have a good one.